Thank you very much, Hassan. Of course, we'll be getting back to what East Africans are saying about who will qualify from Group C into the quarterfinals. But we want to begin this evening show by listening into what President William Ruto has to say in regards to Sunday's tie between Kenya and Zambia. And the president says that, please, if you don't have a ticket, don't go to Kasarani. There are selected areas where you can watch the match because the fines have been too many. Let's listen in.
Jumapili tuko na mechi kati ya Kenya na Zambia pale Kasarani. Mimi nawaomba wa Kenya, tafadhali tusichome mechi. Tuhakikishe ya kwamba tuko na taratibu kufuatana na sheria ya CAF. Na nimeambia kaunti ya Nairobi na wizara ya michezo waweke fan bases. Tutaweka cameras, tutaweka mahali wananchi katika city, sehemu tofauti tofauti, ili wale ambao hawawezi kufika Kasarani kwa sababu hakuna nafasi, pia wapate nafasi ya kuona mechi hiyo in different parts of the city and country. Kwa hivyo, I want to tell all fans, the people of Kenya, you have done a tremendous job supporting and cheering Harambee Stars. But we have to do it within the parameters of what is allowed by CAF. And therefore, I'm asking everybody to be restrained. Those who can make it to Kasarani because they have tickets, they must also be orderly. And those who cannot make it to Kasarani, we are going to make it possible for you to watch from other parts of the city so that we do not spoil the chances for Harambee Stars and for our country. Kwa mara ya kwanza, Kenya ina host CHAN, a historic event, na tutahost AFCON tena 2027 kwa sababu we have decided as a nation that we are upping our game and we are making sure Kenya plays in the right league of nations that are sporting nations.
Well, that is President William Ruto speaking ahead of Sunday's game where Kenya will be taking on Zambia at the Kasarani Stadium in the final match in Group A. Remember, Kenya at the moment is on top of Group A with 7 points. And as it stands, Kenya has qualified to the quarterfinals, but we wait till Sunday to see whether Kenya finishes first or second. And President William Ruto telling Kenyans, if you don't have a ticket, please don't go to Kasarani. The fines have been too hefty. There are places that have been selected, there are fan zones where you can watch the game live. Cedric Musumba, it's a message from the president urging Kenyans. The fines have been too hefty on Kenya.
It's not that Kenya society as it is, they don't necessarily listen. I think, and I'm proud of actually living in a country that has got a listening society. All these aspects or whatever rally and calls that are being made outside here, Kenya had already known those things. Even the booklet actually were trying to draw through yesterday. These guys are good in reading and they had already read all those particular let's say, rules and principles, and they understand them.
Yes.
The only thing that has been actually making Kenyans to be or to behave in this similar manner that CAF does not really necessarily like is the denial of the access. And they know very well that they were the rightful fans to go and watch. And also unavailability of spaces that they can really embrace and continue supporting their nation from, of which we are so glad that after all rally and the calls and all the hype that we have made, the government has listened to us. The federation, the LOC has really listened, and they have set up all these sessions. Yesterday, and I think it has been going viral in our social platform, we saw like a piloting of it being done in town. And guys were in large number watching on those big screens. Those are the spaces that Kenyans have been looking for. They were not out there to cause chaos. Kenyans know very well that if you cause chaos, it can as well as cost you. And if it costs you, you will still go back to all those gone days when the stadiums were not embracing fans.
Yes.
So as to say, Kenyans are listening. Kenyans, they know what is required. Just provide them whatever they are looking for. If their tickets and tickets actually are being bought in the rightful manner. If they do understand that tickets were there, but I did not access them simply because I came in late. They will not go to Stadia. But if they do understand that the tickets were there, but somebody came and buy in large numbers and gave them, swayed the SS and gave them to the people who are not necessarily qualified, they will start now understanding it. That's what has actually been marring us in our first 3 matches. But moving forward, I think if things are done in a correct way, Kenyans will embrace it the way CAF wants it.
Ishtemi, the president understands that, you know, these fines have been hefty. That is why he's putting out that message. He wants Kenya to be a venue or a country that can host, you know, international events without necessarily fines being imposed on us.
He actually knows that there's still a lot at stake. As it stands, we have 2 sure matches that will still to be played in Kenya. That's the final on 30th, and then Sunday's game. But if Harambee Stars manage to win their match on Sunday and finish top, or rather how things will happen on the final day and they finish top, that will be match number 3. So he knows exactly that if they don't try to tame whatever has been happening, then the cost will keep on increasing. Kenyans are a football-loving nation. They love football. That's a fact. And I feel maybe, yes, they slept off on the job temporarily, but it's good. They learned very fast and they've reacted. That reaction approach has been forced by the circumstances. And, you know, by already him coming out and telling Kenyans that, hey, guys, we know that this is happening and we already done that. We are trying to come up with the fan zones, like 6 of them. The pilot was happening yesterday, and it actually many people praised it. I feel that is the culture that needs to go on now. Let the leaders come out and tell Kenyans, we know all of us cannot go to Kasarani, but there's an alternative for you. And whatever is happening right now, it is a mirror of what will happen in 2027. So this not should be a short-sighted thing. We need to look at longer picture whereby whatever that will go through the remaining 3 weeks or 2 weeks will actually determine if Kenya will be given more authority to do the job in 2027.
Thank you very much, Ishtemi. Now, Hassan Juma, what are Kenyans saying, or rather East Africa? What is the